I'm here today to talk about supporting innovation. My name is Scott Schwartz. I'm the principal of Walden Elementary School. It's a kindergarten through fifth grade building in Deerfield, Illinois, about 25 miles north of Chicago. Very proud of a Blue Ribbon Award that we won last year. And it's quite possible that it was in due part to the innovative steps that we've taken. Now, we all know that innovation, or that schools rather, take a long time to change. And if we teach today's students like we taught yesterday's, we rob them of tomorrow. I really ask myself, how is it possible that that was said by someone in 1915? Not just someone, John Dewey. But that could have been said by educational leaders today. And we know that there are serious consequences to not innovating. I have two young sons at home, and so I am in the toy and baby market space. And I've been in Toys R Us stores and Babies R Us stores, and they look the exact same as they always have been. In the meantime, Toys R Us just filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. On the flip side, we know that there are plenty of restaurants and places that have innovated. I can order my coffee from my phone. I can order my Panera Bread from my phone. And with two kids at home, that's really crucial, who really don't have patience to wait even for fast food. Innovation, the best definition that I've seen is by George Couros. He says that it's the ability to do things differently and better. And he underlines the words and the word better. Because it's not just doing things differently because you have technology, it's doing them better. And I could argue, even though these pictures were taken 100 years apart from one another, that the learning inside these classrooms might be the exact same. The only difference is that the kids on the right have computers in front of them. So what could we do to take that to the next level? We have the Common Core standards, and I think there's plenty of systems out there that might be plagued by this. They say, well, how am I supposed to have time to do fun and engaging things when I have to get through all of these Common Core standards? And I like a stat I read once is that it takes about 22 years to get through the Common Core standards, of course. That's with 13 years, K through 12. The first step would be to change the learning spaces. In my building, we've changed every single piece of furniture inside the classrooms and offices. We have whiteboard tabletops. We have comfortable seating options. And while that's not the most revolutionary thing, what we have also done is have increased a makerspace in our library, and we've included a smart lab, which has our up down to 5 years old, practicing with circuitry. And it's not about the circuitry, it's about working together. It's about transporting themselves into, in this case, for example, from their classroom, they're transported to ancient Egypt, looking at the Great Pyramids, or they're standing on top of Mount Everest. These things are possible now, and they don't have to cost a lot of money. Now, traditional teaching still has a place somewhere in our school system. The reality is our kids and the people in this room are successful from a very traditional teaching style. But what I ask you to do is possibly take a step with programs like Seesaw, where you can, even traditional teaching or innovative teaching, post that online, and you have grandma and grandpa in Florida that now have access to see it. And of course, mom and dad down the road or at work. They can also comment and like posts, and we can model what good social media behavior looks like for our kids. Now, there's plenty of people out there that think that this technology is making us antisocial, that it's pulling us apart. I actually couldn't agree more on the opposite point, that it's pulling us together. We have kids that are collaborating and working together and exploring and learning and deeply committed, intellectually engaged in activities more than they ever have been before in their life. So why would we stop that, and why would we prohibit this opportunity for our kids? Now, we have to promote the 4 C's, and this has become a cliche kind of, term in our community. But the reality is we have no idea what careers we're preparing our kids for. So we have to give them the skills, the ability to communicate, collaborate, think critically, and to think creatively, in order for them to be successful in any industry that they enter. We have to not only teach our kids to be problem solvers, but I love this, teach them to be problem seekers. Have them find problems and then solve them. And the beauty is being in a K-5 building is we can start this as young as with 5-year-old kids. Now, there's no doubt it's going to be messy. It's a messy process, and with any other initiative, there's an implementation dip, and there are things that go wrong, and there are lessons that fail. But if we can model the way in 2 regards. One is to make data-informed decisions. In my district, we partner with Bright Bites, and it allows us to keep track of perceptions by students, parents, and staff on our comfort level using technology and being innovative. We can also, number 2, really set conditions and promote the value of failure. The idea that the word fail stands for first attempt in learning. If your teachers know that you give them permission to try things and fail, then they will be successful more often than not. Our teachers are amazing. And at the end of the day, reading a good book with nothing plugged in and no technology is also incredibly valuable and serves an incredibly important purpose in our schools. Thank you.